When you're looking at this generation of kids and even a lot of adults, it's becoming a two-dimensional world. People are experiencing their lives through screens. When you come to Tate's, you have woods, you have grassy hills to roll down, you have gardens, you have a pond.
Science has always been a really well-handled subject here at Tate School.
Children are born with curiosity and they're born with excitement. Sometimes that can get squashed if they're just sitting in a chair, just having to read about science or answer questions about science.
If they're not exposed to these kinds of things early on, then they may never have an opportunity to feel good about science and learning.
To formalize what the kids were doing is what we really wanted to do with science fair. But there was no elementary school age science fairs. Rebecca Preston, one of the teachers here at the time, felt like, why not?
This is not like the Intel or the Siemens Science Fair. We understand that a third grader is not going to conceive, plan, execute, and display their entire project all on their own. We explicitly encourage the parents to work with their students.
I was practicing it and Mom gave me a high five and I felt like really proud.
Doing science fair projects in elementary school is quite an undertaking. It's a lot, but I very much believe that we have to have our kids do hard things.
The scientific method was probably the hardest part, trying to follow it and making sure that I do all of the steps properly.
Participating in the science fair is an incredible process for students. For the planning, writing your own procedures, and then to interview with the judges is amazing.
We have parents, grandparents, former students who are all in STEM fields who have come back to Tate's to help judge our science fair.
A lot of these judges have been coming for maybe 20 years and they love what they do.
They were asking me questions and they're real scientists and I knew the answer to every one of the questions they asked me. So I thought it was just real cool.
Oh my goodness, the kids were wonderful. They knew how to explain everything. It was obvious that they did the project.
The whole point of the interview was, again, to see how much this was driven by the kid and how much the kid had learned from it.
Part of the science fair that people don't realize is preparing for how to do real things, real work. It is very confidence building.
To me, it's worthwhile to spend a day or two a year to be this outside unknown person that judges the science fair, that because they're unknown may look scary and unfriendly, but really is rooting for the students just as much as anybody else.
Every single science fair that I've judged, we'll see a half a dozen kids that have found their passion.
To be encouraged by all my teachers and science fair judges to pursue that, I think gave me a boost into the science community as an adult. Now I'm going into forensic nursing, so my goal is to do forensic research, and I really got that love for research from the science fair.
If they didn't have the opportunity to have that moment with science and were just looking at a worksheet, their life could go in a different direction.
By the time they exit here, they have such a firm grasp on truly what science is.
I truly believe that it is the best place for kids I've ever seen.